Hello and welcome to KSP. Today we're taking a look at the I already forgot how to say it. The Messerschmitt Me 262, which is a little replica, of course, of the thing that I just said that I've made in KSP. And yes, I had one parked outside the VAB. No, that's the SPH. Excuse me, the SPH. Yes, I said that correctly. I thought I didn't. But yes, it uses the little tiny Juno engines on these little engine pods under the wings. It has little swept wings. It's a very tiny little fighter. Now, this is historically significant because this was the world's first jet-powered fighter aircraft. It was Nazi Germany, World War II. I believe it was towards the end of the war that they got these operational. They actually started working on them before the war, just before the war. They called for a, what was it? They called for something that could operate for up to an hour, I think it was, and go extremely fast, like 500 miles an hour, something like that. And so they started working on the design. Oh yes, I forgot about the flaps, which, there we go. Yeah, I activated the flaps after taking off, because, yeah, that was smart of me. Yeah, so the flaps, they're kind of slightly strange in how I did the wing here, but I think it looks alright. You know, it's not the best. It looks a little out of place, these two bits here in the middle between the ailerons and the flaps, but overall I think it's alright. This tail fin at the back, it slightly clips on the bottom. Wow, it clips a lot more noticeably than I thought. Actually, you know what? I kind of don't mind that look. It's strange, but it's consistent. Like, when I do a maneuver, it actually stays pretty much the same. Like it looks very, it doesn't look like it's maneuvering a lot from the same like look that it has, so it doesn't bother me too much. And yeah, it was hard to get the tail right. I mean, it's basically impossible to get the tail right, but I think I did an all right job. The engine pods, again, they were very difficult to get right. I kind of had to cheat a little bit, like the way I did this. I think they look pretty good, though, the way they are. You know, they're not the best, but I think they're, I kind of don't like how this is. But I think overall, it looks alright. I think it's a pretty good replica. There you go. Yeah, so you can see it flies pretty well. Not the most maneuverable thing, but of course, it's not based on the most maneuverable thing, so what do you expect? Flies pretty well. As expected, I really like this about it, because the way I've developed the wings, it's, the things are ever so slightly angled to give more lift while you're flying level. Like, see, I'm flying practically level right now, and you can see I'm getting a pretty good amount of lift off of those wings. Whereas regular KSP physics, if you, well, this is regular KSP physics, but I mean, if you have perfectly level wings, you won't get lift when you're perfectly level. And as you can see, I do have lift. But if I flip it over, you'll notice that because they're angled like that, if I try to fly perfectly level, you'll notice that I'm falling quite a bit, and they're not generating enough lift, and I have to fly at a higher angle of attack to fly upside down because of that, which I just think is cool because it means I did this right. And flying it without SAS, it pulls up on its own very little. Not much, but a little bit, and that's because these jet engines are under the center of mass. I believe if I turn them off like I've just done, once they finish cycling down, well, they're pretty much already done cycling. Actually, it's still lifting up a little bit on its own, so it's partially the aerodynamics of it, partially those engines having thrust on the bottom. But it is a useful feature for when you're doing maneuvers because, well, you always want to pull up when you're doing maneuvers because if you pull down, you red out. And so I think that's pretty good. Down there you can see something that you may or may not have already seen. Actually, when I post this, you've probably already seen that. That's the GI-22, which is like an F-22. And I just had it sitting there. This one, like I said, okay, that's a ME 262. Interesting thing about it that I did kind of by accident that I think makes it more accurate is I have a fuel tank in front of the cockpit and a fuel tank behind it. And if you considered the fuel tank that's the monoprop as a fuel tank under it, then that it has that too. Because I was just reading up on it a little bit after I made this replica, and it mentioned how the fuel tanks were two identical sized, one in the front, one in the back, in front and behind the cockpit, and it just so happens that that's the same thing I did in KSP. Of course, this has more fuel because it has these pieces making up the engine, but, you know, whatever. It was kind of hard to get the tail right as well, because I wanted a gradual slope down, and the only thing I really had available was either an NCS adapter, which slopes down far too quickly, and this tail connector, which slopes down far too slowly. Well, not too slowly, but too uniformly. Like, it's just a straight edge, whereas the NCS adapter has a nice curve to it. So I kind of clipped them together to get that shape, and I think it looks pretty good, and I think it fits better than it would have if I just used a straight up tail connector, or if I just tried to use an NCS adapter and a couple other things. It was also difficult with these engine pods. Originally I was just going to literally have one of these Mark 0 fuel tanks and an intake and an engine, but then I realized that wouldn't look right. It needed to be more of a pod, so I tried to build these things. It took a little while to get that right, but overall I think it's pretty good. Yeah. And I also placed the landing gear accurately, which I'm very happy about. I'm very happy about how the landing gear are actually, like, that's where the landing gear should be. Alright. So, that's all there is to say about it. Let's go into the SPH by crashing into it at high speed. Bet you thought I was actually going to do that. Well, you're right. Oh, never mind, I missed. Wow. How about the administration? Nope, still gonna miss. Okay, SPH, crash! And the pilot survived. Nice. So, now that we've taken a look at that, I'm gonna go ahead and show you these little indicators to show you how that all lines up. Lines up pretty well. The only reason the center of lift is there instead of like way back here is, well, the center of lift indicator is a bit strange sometimes when it comes to control surfaces and placement of them and manipulating how they're placed exactly, but apparently when I placed this I did it just right to put it there. I don't know. It's weird. Sometimes I don't really understand it. But yes, you can see it performs pretty much as you'd expect looking at these. And now let's go ahead and make the BD Armory version of it, which of course will just have guns, because that's what this thing had, just, you know, guns. Giant howitzers. No, I'm just kidding. Obviously the closest thing we can get to the guns this thing would have actually had on it are these, whatchamacallits, the Vulcan, the hidden Vulcan gun, which, let's see, how am I going to place this? I'm going to place, well, there's got to be 4 of them to be accurate. Oh, that's close. So let's see if I can, oops, get that angled right. Is that the right angle? It's close to the right angle. I'm going to go ahead and... See, I've noticed BD Armory, I don't know if it's been fixed yet, but the BD Armory weapons don't actually respect when you offset them. They fire as if you hadn't offset them at all. Maybe that's been fixed by now, but I've been avoiding using the offset tools with BD Armory weapons because I know that's a bug that they have. And now I'm looking at trying to get these lined up right. I think that's good. So of course I'm going to use the offset to offset this into the... Oh, what? Into the thing. See, now that's not going to look good like that. So I think I will have to... Okay. Okay, the angle's not quite what I'd expect, but I think this is what we're going to have to go with here. There you go. Nope, let's move those slightly further apart. I guess this is as good a time as any to find out if BD Armory now respects that stuff. So I thought to try and hopefully make that look a little bit better because it's very blunt nose now with those sticking out awkwardly. I thought I'd move the avionics hub up just a little bit, and I think it's helped a little. Now of course with all those guns up there, we've moved the center of mass forward. And we're going to need a place to put all the ammunition, especially because we have 4 guns here. There's going to be a lot of ammo being fired. I figure 4 ammo boxes like that looks nice. I'm thinking about going ahead and putting another one in here. I didn't want to cover up where the flag is in case, you know, someone using this wants to have a nice flag there. Actually, let's go ahead and put some on the bottom. Alright, and there we have it, the BD version. I think this should work well. Oh yes, actually, we're not quite done, because it does need a weapon manager on it, of course. I'm thinking the place for the weapon manager might be... yeah, I'm going to put it down here, under the cockpit. Alright, and there we go. BD Armory version. Let's give it a fly. Okay, here we go. Should be a little bit slower to take off now that it has all that extra weight on the front of it. And also probably will need to... what's it called? Pull up more. Hey you, take off. Try and kill us. I forget if I have the AI turned on that. We'll be killed if it does. And wow, those the arrangement of the guns is funny. Let's see, radar warning receiver. Yeah, let's go ahead and have that on, even though I don't think this one would have that. Yeah, it's far too old for that kind of thing, I believe. But yes, we have guns. Lots of guns. Alright, let's go ahead and pull around as hard as we can. Has that thing decided to take off? Yes, it has. Okay. We're probably fucked. Just so you know. We're probably fucked. Like, really badly. Like, actually, what does that have on it? It has sidewinders and AMRAAMs. Maybe we could convince it to fire those into the ground by flying really low. Doesn't seem to be doing anything to us yet. Oh, you know what? It doesn't want to go as low as we are. So let's just stay low and hope it doesn't try to come down here. It shouldn't. It doesn't like to come down. Okay, this is still going down. Okay. And let's just, you know what? Why not? Let's just pull towards it, because that'll go well, I'm sure. Hello, GI-22. Oh, wow. Yeah, because it is super maneuverable, so it can just decide to turn around instantly if it wants to. But, we're a lot slower than it is. Actually, we came pretty close to hitting the ground doing that little loop-de-loop. Hoping against all hope that one of those hit. One of them might have. I doubt it. Wow, we lost far too much speed doing that, though, because this thing does not like to be... what's the term? It does not like to be low to the ground. Not that it does not like to be low to the ground. No, it's that it doesn't have the engine power to climb. So yeah, we're climbing very slowly. Yeah, this thing definitely has a very reduced performance compared to its non-weaponized version, which is unfortunate, but hey, that's what happens. We're gonna just climb slowly, see if we can get up above it, which this probably won't go well for us. I mean, as soon as we get into the range, as soon as we get to the altitude where it'll want to attack us, we're dead. Unless... oh, fuck. I am doing that completely wrong. Hold on. I got this. Nope, that did not go well. Did not go well at all. I'm not good with guns either. Shit, he can fucking have a pass at us right now. He's probably trying to. No, he's gonna shoot off that way. Okay. Oh, we're losing altitude again. Nope, we need to gain altitude. Come on. He's right on our tail. I don't like this. Okay, we're fine. I wonder if I deployed the flaps, that would help us gain altitude a little quicker. Not really. Might keep us a little slower, though, while gaining altitude at the same rate, which would make it more difficult for him to keep on us. Now, the only reason he hasn't already killed us is because the AI on there doesn't want to go below a certain altitude, and so it's focused more on keeping above that altitude than keeping on me. And also the fact that I don't think it can fly as slow as us, or at least the AI doesn't want to be able to fly as slow as us. I think it can fly this slow. I mean, it can fly this slow at high angles of attack, definitely, but The AI doesn't want to do that or doesn't understand how to do that, and we're fucked right now. We are so fucked. Insta-fucked. So fucked that I thought the game crashed for a moment there. Yeah. So if I accidentally post this before you see the GI-22, this is the GI-22. Yeah. It's like an F-22. It's a bit different though. And let me go into the weapons bay here and see if I can get a right click on the... Come on. Hold on. Which button did I assign to that? 6. Okay. Deactivate the AI. Deactivate. There we go. And 6 to close that again. And let's go ahead and turn off the afterburners. We don't need those right now. And, oh yes, it has this wonderful, glorious cockpit. Let's go ahead and turn that on. Let's turn that to 500, I believe. And no, we don't want to mess with those. Is this... Hold on. Is that... No, okay, that's open. That's fine. Is this the interior lights? Yes, it is. Okay. What is it? 2 to switch weapons? Aim 120. I don't have anything to aim 120 at. Oh. Oh, it's because I'm in guard mode. Let's turn that off. Yep, I know. Alright, we're at max throttle, I believe. Yep. Alright, let's go ahead and engage the afterburners. Pull up quite sharply. Fire and aim 120 so you can see that. Oh god, what did I just do? I somehow broke a wing. Okay, this is... Oh, this is bad. Okay, let's see if we can regain control. Come on. Come on. Come on. Just point in one direction and keep at it. Oh, come on. Where are we going? Okay, we're... Come on, come on. Alright, alright, alright. Nope. 4,000? Okay, come on. Okay. 3,000, yep, so we're definitely falling. 2,500, not good. Hold on. I might be able to... Alright. We're going to survive this by falling very slowly backwards into the water. This is why super maneuverability is cool, kids. Super maneuverability lets you do stupid things like this. Yeah, we're basically a rocket now. I don't know which video I said that that modern fighter jets are basically rockets with wings, but it is true that modern fighters are basically rockets with wings, and here we're demonstrating that by very carefully surviving this horrible injury to the craft. Also, we can just ditch those pylons. We don't need those anymore. Okay, we don't want to. We want to keep falling, so I'm having to very carefully manage the throttle because we want to fall very gently into the water. So while I'm here, go ahead and show off this cargo bay. We can only put what's it called? We can only put Hellfires in here and Snake Eye bombs. Those are the only things that fit in there. But also you can see there's a bit of damaged fuel tanks missing where there should be some fuel tanks there. Oh. Nope, we're still... Oh, I didn't mean to do that. I don't remember what throttle we had it at. That was really nice. Oh well, this is working quite well. Yeah, we had another fuel tank in here, but it's gone now. Actually, no, wait, no, that fuel tank's there. Oh, now I get it. Yeah, this should be where that one is. It's actually fallen off and is being held in place by well, by how we're, you know, coming through things. This is great. This is going to be a really soft landing too. That's nice. And I'm not going to close the bay. Very nice. Now don't sink. Yeah, it can't hold itself up. Now you'll see, that's where all the sparking was coming from. That little tank in there is actually broken off of the craft. Yeah, see? Wait, if I just move this slightly... Well, yeah, see, you can see now, because I'm moving the craft around it. Yeah, that piece is completely separate. It's supposed to be attached where this other one is. That is interesting. I don't know what went wrong, but yeah. Little weapons bay. Unfortunately, too little for the regular weapons. I've been thinking about trying to get into modding more recently. And if I do, it's definitely going to be to make a version of BD Armory's Vulcan gun that can be better hidden in things. And then also to make some compressed Sidewinders and compressed AIM 120s for this craft, so that you can put them in this bay. So it'd be very short missiles. Anyhow, that's all for now. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in space.